All right, guys, car doctor here. We got a 2011 Subaru Legacy right here. I think it's a Legacy. Let me just take a look at it. So rear confirmed. It's my friend's car. Okay, Impreza, Subaru Impreza. I thought it was a Legacy. Legacy is bigger. Anyways, it's making a loud sound. So what I did was I got my stethoscope here. We're gonna start up the car, and we're gonna listen to this. And I already checked it out. It's kind of coming right over here, from this pulley. And I also hear noise right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up the car, and after that, once we do listen to it with this, we're still gonna take off the belt and spin the pulleys, and you will hear the bearing on those pulleys. Anyways, ooh, I'm hearing a lot of noises already. There you go. Super loud. Right there. Definitely. Noise is coming from here, but a lot less. It could be the noise moving, traveling from here to here. So the noise is traveling from one to another pulley, but sometimes it's a good idea to chain the pulley, belt everything together. So let's take off the belt and give it a shot. So we drew the diagram. Make sure you always draw the diagram of the belt. So the routing of the belt. Anyways, let's get rid of this little cover right here so we can have better access and view the 10mm right there. And this cover just comes right off. It has a small little grommet in this side, and it pops right open. So that baby's to the side. We got a tensioner right down there, so we're gonna have to push that tensioner that way. That is a 14mm. So what we do is, so if you pull like this upward, that's not the correct way. So to go the other way around, you need to pull the tensioner down pretty much. We need to go down. You see that? Tensioner has to go. So we're gonna remove this belt, and then we're gonna turn each pulley. Okay guys, so let's pull this guy, and you could just take a belt off one of your pulleys. What I'll do is I'll take it off this upper pulley right here, and this whole thing will just come right off. And now we can simply remove the whole belt. This belt has cracks. You see that? Cracks in there. There's smaller cracks right there. So the belt gotta go. But you see that? Listen to that. This pulley is smooth. So tensioner is smooth. Alternator is smooth. This pulley is good. The compressor is good. And the water pump is good. So this is the only pulley right there that's giving us a trouble. So we're gonna get rid of that pulley. So we got rid of the belt, and check this out. Okay, this pulley is smooth, the tensioner is smooth. So we're only gonna change one pulley and belt for my friend Zaby here. And he's gonna buy me a sandwich at Jamshid store. And now to change this pulley out, what you're gonna do is you wanna get your wrench, put it right on top of it, and you're gonna turn it counterclockwise, and this baby will come loose. Once it's loose, I always like to work on cars that are hot. So this pulley, the bearing is bad, so we're just gonna get a new pulley and put that baby on, and we're gonna reroute new belt, and bada bing bada boom, there you go. The pulley's out. We're just gonna let it sit here. Meanwhile, I gotta do oil change, but nothing else has a play in it, so make sure you check them all, and that's it. So let's go and wait for the pieces, and then we'll finish the job together. Okay, so we got ourselves a pulley. It came in this Gates box. That's the brand, Gates. That's the pulley, and this is the pulley outside. And then we got the belt here, and the belt number. Hopefully this is correct. And Gates makes that as well. But it was hard for me to get these pieces. But even though this pulley looks different, but this is aftermarket stuff. But as long as the size is the same, the inside, outside is the same, we should be able to put this guy right here just like this. And let's see how this guy works. So hopefully we don't have issue with this little guy sitting right there. But anyways, we do need to put this baby in there, and let's see how it sounds afterwards. So we'll take this little guy. So your pulley is gonna sit onto that little groove right there in there. So make sure that centers out, and you can always move it around
as you work on it. So let's catch a couple of threads. Once we catch the couple of threads, let's put this pulley on so it sits right there. And let's get this baby all the way in. And we're gonna tighten this guy up so as we spin there's no noise. This thing is not rubbing against it. So let's take our wrench here. So we're gonna tighten this guy up, so don't go crazy. You don't want to break this guy. Make sure you get a torque wrench if you want to do it, if you don't have the hand feel. So I'm gonna just hand tighten this, and I do have a good hand feeling, and that's it. It's not going anywhere. And again, spin, 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 no noises whatsoever. Now we're gonna take our belt and use the diagram that earlier we drew. Make sure you draw a diagram so you know how everything goes. Okay guys, so bear with me here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our belt, make sure you straighten it up. Always want to straighten up the curves. Just wiggle it around, and what we're gonna do here is you're gonna follow your diagram. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna leave off this pulley right here, which I don't like, but it's not making a noise, so I'm gonna recommend that to the customer down the road. Anyways, so our belt goes from here to the alternator, and then it comes down here and goes back up just like so, and it comes up over here, and then from here it goes all the way down. It goes all the way down to the water pump, which is all the way down there. And for water pump, it comes back up, goes around the new pulley that we installed. And now we're gonna remove it from the big pulley on this side over here, and we're gonna go from here. It's gonna go around the crank, and I will show you the complete once it's all completed. Okay, it's gonna go onto the crank, so make sure it sits properly on each pulley. And we left it off the alternator, so let's see how this looks. So let me just check, and then we're gonna just yank on the pulley and get it onto that alternator. That's what we're gonna do. So right now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna yank on the tensioner pulley and install our belt onto the alternator. So let's push this down, and we should be able to. Usually if you put last onto one of the smooth pulleys, that'd be the easiest, but this will do. There you go. And now I'm gonna take the camera. Let's take a look at the whole thing together. So we got our belt going from here. It goes over this big pulley here, comes down that pulley, if you guys can see. Then it goes around the crank, and it comes back up here. Then it goes around in the water pump, comes back up, and it comes around back up here. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Job well done. And we're gonna crank up the car. Make sure you double check the pulley is sitting on each groove, especially the crank, water pump, and over here. So it's looking good. Before anything, let's put on this cover so we don't have to come back to it, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. Make sure you push the grommet on this side, and that 10mm that was right there goes right over here. Let's lock this baby up. Bada bing, bada boom. All done, and all I need to do is oil change next, and that's it. That's how you're gonna change the belt and the pulley, and it's the same thing for this one right here, and this one back down here as well. But that was the only one that was bad. Anyways, let's crank up the car and let's listen to this baby. Okay, here goes nothing. silent like a bird. No noise at all. Thank you for watching, guys. So once the job is completed, there's no noise. And that's the pulley we change. Simple and easy.